Hello, traders, and welcome back. This time to the market update for the week ending February 18th, 2022. Today, we're going to be looking at sample crib sheets and research journals. If you want to know what it takes to train your mind to succeed in the markets, stay tuned because we're going to find out how to create a consistent and executable strategy that can win across different market types. All right, hello traders, and thank you for joining the MTM team today and supporting us in our mission to spread the truth of trading and help you achieve consistent performance. I'm Satvik Vasam, a trader coach here at Master the Markets. Before we dive into the market update, as I was saying, I want to show you guys a sample crib sheet and research journal specifically for our intraday trading strategy. So what exactly do I mean by a crib sheet and research journal? So a crib sheet is basically a document which goes over what strategy, concept, and objective you are looking to execute. And so in this case, like I said, this is our intraday trading strategy, one of our intraday trading strategies. We call it the range runners. And this is our concept that the price makes a certain range every day. And our objective based off of that concept is to capture 70 to 80% of that range move. And we have these edges that we have quantified over time with our backtesting approach. So we have the concept, we have the objective, and then what else do we need? We need rules for our entry, which we have here. We have our initial stop loss and our trailing stop loss rules, and then we have our target rules. All of these are quantified. That is the main thing here. And they are tested to make sure that we are optimizing for the instrument and the market that we are trading in. So this is the first step. The next step is to have a research journal. And ideally, you would already be having a research journal that you are testing different strategies on. And based off of the feedback that you are getting from your testing, you are modifying your crib sheet so that you have a go-to place where you know exactly how to execute on the trade. So what does a research journal need to have? You might be asking. So for a research journal, here we are testing out three different strategies, sub-strategies, if you will, of the range runner's main strategy. So we have a primary -1 entry, we have a primary entry, and then we have a continuation primary entry. And we have trades for each of those sub-strategies that would have been triggered for the instrument we're looking at. And
if you're enjoying this video, go ahead and smash that like icon. If you haven't joined our channel yet, click on the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so that you get notifications immediately when we post up quality content like this, and especially to get our live trading updates sent directly to your phone.
What the outcome was for that trade. So in this case, since these are all intraday strategies, the fill and the exit date are the same. And I'm showing you guys what you would ideally need to be logging to make sure that you are making the most of your backtesting approach. So we have entry reasons. In this case, all of the entries are going to be because of the same trigger. We have the fill price. We have the initial stop loss price. And we have the target price. And then we have the pips risk, the pips target, and then finally the exit price. If it exited at the stop loss, if it exited with a trailing stop loss, or if it exited at the target, or maybe perhaps it exited at the close of the trading day. And then our profit and loss in pips, the expected profit and loss, and the actual profit and loss. So we have these outlined for each of the sub-strategies. And we have the total number of trades that we took, the number of winning and losing trades, the reliability, the total profits, the total loss, the net profit, the average profit per trade, the average loss per trade, the average net profit, and the average profit to average loss ratio. You can also have the R multiple if you would like. And then we aggregate all this information over the strategies that we're testing over the specified time period with the information that I had just outlined: the winning trades, the losing trades, the reliability, profits, loss, net profit, average loss, and average net profit, and the ratios as well. So with something like this, you're going to be able to fine tune whatever strategy that you are looking to test. If you do not have something like this, and there's many components that go into fine tuning this. For example, we talk about OE tables. We talk about what is the total profit minus total gross profit, minus gross loss, right? Understanding those values are going to be very key to refine this strategy that you might be implementing in the markets right now. So if you do not have something as concrete as this, where you know exactly what the reliability of your strategy is and whether it can work in different markets, then you are literally gambling. And to make this a profession, to be a professional trader where you are looking to consistently take money out of the markets, having something like this will go a long way towards not only helping you be profitable, but help you be more confident and execute your trades with conviction. So I urge you traders to take a look at your own processes to make sure that you understand what it is that you are actually doing and whether you are sticking to the plan or whether you are deviating. And having a research journal and having a crib sheet, which you can continuously implement and refine over time, will go a long way towards that. And if you need help coming up with something like this for yourself, that is what we do here at Match the Markets. We do not just tell you what strategies to implement, although we do have strategies that we have implemented that you can take and use the trades that we are taking and take those trades yourself. But we also teach you how to fish yourself, how to create your own strategies according to your own personality type and make those be something that you can consistently depend on. So that's it for this week's topic, which is sample crib sheets and research journals. Now let's move on to the market update for this week, starting off with Euro USD. We filled a trade here for this instrument going long at 1.1375, and we took another trade short, and that was almost a 1% loss at that for that trade. So one trade we are still in, another trade we went short for a 0.98% loss. So we are net waiting to hear back on that second trade that we went long.
For those of you who are unsure of any of the terminology or the concepts in this video, watch our free Trader Starter Pack 5-day video course as shown in Empire Cinema. It is educational, entertaining, and covers basics and advanced content with cross-transferable principles for trading and investments. It pertains to both beginners and intermediate traders, all dedicated towards helping you achieve consistent performance. Go ahead and register for it on the link below.
Looking at the instrument, there is resistance at 1.15 that we have touched twice here. So we're going to be taking a look at what Euro USD will do next, whether it will continue to stay range bound or break out of that that demand zone. Next, dollar franc. The market is compressing here. We're still waiting for a swing low to confirm that. Otherwise, we are in a range-bound compression market here for the dollar franc. No trades on that instrument this week. On the pound dollar, we are in an uptrend, have been in an uptrend since end of January. Diminishing OE though towards this supply zone that's up here. And no trade as of yet this week for the pound dollar. On the dollar yen, we are, as you can see here, we're in an established trend breakout to the upside, waiting for the swing low to confirm here, waiting for this higher low. And if that does confirm, we'd be looking for this previous swing high to be broken for us to continue the established trend breakout, although it is also in a resistance level. So interesting to see what will happen with dollar yen. No trade as of yet this week. Next, the Aussie dollar. We closed this, one of the positions that we closed this week was in Aussie dollar for a 0.7% loss going short. As of now, it is hitting this supply zone in this bottom to top move and diminishing OE. So no other trades on the Aussie dollar after we close that one. Next, the euro yen. We backed off after a strong move up earlier this month. And we are now compressing around the 131 level. So interesting to see what will happen here. We have OE to the downside, and potentially we could break out here to the upside as well. But there is a new supply zone that has formed here as well. So no trade as of yet in the euro yen, waiting to see what will happen, if a top will get confirmed here, or whether we are going to be continuing to go to the upside. Next, to the FTSE, the UK index. A top was confirmed at all-time highs here, and it backed off a little bit, but still holding strong at around the 7,500 level. Interesting to see how we will proceed, if it will continue to test the all-time highs and break new ground, or if it will go to the downside where there's a lot of OE. And by OE, I mean open equity. If there's something that you are not familiar with, please do check out one of our other videos where we do discuss that concept. It is very key to understanding how to devise a profitable strategy. Next, looking at the Dow Jones, the US index. We filled a short trade here at 34,968 towards a target of 35,800. And we moved the TSL to 34,971. So very much reduced our risk for this trade. And we're going to be taking a look at whether we can hit our target for that when we close out this week. Another trade on the Dow Jones went long, and we closed that one for a 0.96% gain. So far a profitable week for the Dow Jones trades. Next, moving to coffee. We got out on a trade that we entered that hit our ISL, our initial stop loss. So unfortunately, that was a loss for us on coffee. But coffee is still looking strong, so there's potential other trades that we could take. It has backed off the highs from earlier this month, highs that we have not seen since 2011, actually. So it's still looking strong, still looking to see if there's any trades potentially to the downside, because there's a lot of open equity towards that downside on coffee. Next, oil. We've retraced a bit after a very strong bull run since November and December. And it has backed off here, but it's finding some support at the 89.5 level. So interesting to see how oil, performs even after this bull run, and the top was confirmed here. And as you can see, there's a lot of open equity to the downside. Very interesting to see how oil will react to the news about inflation, all these factors, Russia, Ukraine, all these factors that are determining the global markets. Next, we move to gold. We were range bound for quite a long time here. And finally, we broke out this past week. And we are hitting some supply and some resistance up at this 1900 level from the summer of 2021. So interesting to see whether it will settle into that new area or whether it will come back down to these to the range bound levels that it was at for the last few months. Silver, interestingly, has not followed gold the way that it has been for the last few months. It has not yet broken out of its range. So interesting to see if silver will follow. We do not have any potential trades that we might be taking for this yet, but if you do take trades where you have a strategy for breakouts, this could be one to check out to see if it will break out of this range. And interesting to see if it will do that, if it will follow what gold does. And if it does, it could be a very profitable day indeed. All right, so that's it for the market update for this week. Let's pop onto the screen the performance for our trade rooms. For a live trade room, we had a total of negative 2.07% loss. Only 2 of those strategies yielded trades, and both of them were also losses as well. The Liftoff had a negative 1.1% loss, and the cash in one-day exit had a negative 0.9% loss. In the MTM Elite room, we had a total of 0.55% gain, with the cash in 4.0 100 pip strategy yielding a nice 1% return, while the primary runners yielded a negative 0.45% return. So overall, for our 2 strategies, we are down negative 1.57%. If I did that math correctly, 1.47%, excuse me, 1.48%. I'll get it right once. Okay, guys, thank you all for tuning in. That is, again, the market update for the week ending February 18th, 2022. As we say here at Master the Markets, stay disciplined, follow your trading plan, and keep trading like a master. Thank you all for tuning in.
If you want to get notified every time we put a video up, especially on our live trading update videos, hit the subscribe button and turn on the bell notifications icon. This will get the YouTube algos to kick in and for you to join us in our mission to spread the truth of trading further, so that traders like you can benefit from our videos to trade like a master, achieve consistent performance, and change lives.